Hi, happy Saturday. Adam here. You might know me as Adam Tilted. Today is Saturday, October 28th, 2017, and this is my vlog. Today I want to talk about evolution because I think it's often misunderstood. But first, I want to let you know that and the stigma is back. So this is an example of one of the shirts you can get. The End the Stigma campaign is something I started to make it easier for people to get tested. Right now, there's such a stigma around HIV that many people don't even want to get tested because they don't want anybody to see them going to get tested, you know. So I wanted to find a way to ease that. So I thought I Love Someone with HIV would be a great way to do that because if I had seen someone wearing a shirt like that when I found out that I was HIV positive, that would have made a difference to me. So those are back on sale again. I have new designs, and I'll put those. I'll put a link to the shop. Actually, you can go to adamtilted.com to look at the End the Stigma gear. On the back it says End the Stigma, adamtilted.com. But there are shirts, hoodies, coffee mugs, stickers, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so evolution. First of all, I want to put this out there. I don't believe myself that believing in the scientific explanation of evolution and religion are in conflict. I don't think that they need to be. It's not an either or. I think that if you understand the theory of evolution, I believe that it's compatible with the idea of a divine creator. But what I've found is a lot of people don't understand. They have a misconception because I don't know. It just gets boiled down to its simplest points, which is not always the most meaningful. So let's talk about a couple of things that I've heard people say about the theory of evolution that are misleading or misunderstood, and clear up some myths. The first one is people say that the theory of evolution says that we descended from apes. No, it doesn't say that at all. It says that apes and humans have a common ancestor, but that's different, and I'll explain that in a second. Some people will say that life is so complex that it's just impossible that it would have developed all on its own. And I can understand why people think that. Because you could take, let's say you take 6 die and roll them. What are the chances of all of them turning up 3? Not very good. But there's a chance. And if I continue to roll those die over and over and over and over and over again, 1 billion times, 15 billion times, one of those is going to end up with there all being 3. Most of them won't. But one of them will. And that is what scientists mean when they say that over time these random changes happen to the DNA to cause a difference between species. And certainly it's possible because we're talking about millions, billions of years That's a lot of generations of these individual organisms for things to, for mutations to appear and try out, and if they're successful, they get passed on. If not, they don't. So I have this metaphor. I'm not sure how it's going to work, but let's imagine that I change one thing about your house every day. One thing. And it could be anything. It could be something small. It could be something big. So maybe today I change the doorknob on the door to your bathroom. And then tomorrow I change the a light bulb in the living room. And I continue to do that one thing at a time. Now maybe one time, one of the changes is I take out the front door. Well, that ruins the house. So then that stops. We've got to put the front door back on. And then keep going. Well, eventually I could, if I did this enough times, I could change your house enough that it wouldn't be your house anymore. I could change it so that it wouldn't even be a house anymore. I could turn this into a warehouse, or I could turn this into a block of wood, or, if I had enough chances to change one thing, then I could do it. And some of those things I changed would result in the destruction of the house, or whatever it was at that point. But other things would make it more successful. Maybe I stumble upon something that makes it sturdier for what I want to do next. And so it is possible to start with one thing, and through slight changes over the course of 1,000,000 years end up with something that's completely different. And not only that, but it usually will go in branches. So this one will, over 1,000,000 years, become this thing. This one over 1,000,000 years will become this thing. This one will become something else. Just because of the randomness of the changes and whether or not that change is beneficial or detrimental. Or neither. Sometimes traits get passed along just because they have no effect either way. So that's why we sometimes see organisms that have, maybe they have organs we don't see a purpose for, or, redundancies that seem over the top. But that's how it happens. And that being said, I personally don't believe that conflicts with any religious belief that I've encountered, because if you want to believe that life originally was created by a divine being, and you could even believe that divine being, directed the evolution, I don't think that's a conflict. But most people that I know that get upset about the theory of evolution, as far as religion goes, is because they don't understand really what the theory of evolution is saying. So consider what I said. And if you have questions or comments, I really enjoy having a conversation about stuff like this. I won't argue though, so don't come at me with a debate that you can't back up with some sort of evidence. Otherwise, I love to have conversations about things like this because I like to see other people's points of view. It helps me learn more about not just that topic, but just about people in general. So, evolution. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment or send me a message. Maybe that's better. We could take the conversation offline. So the other thing, don't forget, if you want to take a look at my End the Stigma campaign, this is an example. show you and the stigma, AdamTilted.com. Excellent. All right, you can go to AdamTilted.com to order those. And if you want to become a sponsor for my shows, I have several. Orbit at a Tilt, dealing with different, and the Math and Science Show. I am looking for sponsors. I really, really, really want to get a membership to Space Center Houston. That's mission control for International Space Station. And right now it's like half price. So I need $55. So I need to raise $55 as soon as possible because I want to do an on-location broadcast in there. I think that would be really cool. So a couple of ways that you can help me with that. If you want to become a monthly sponsor, that's awesome. And you can go to patreon.com/AdamTilted. Right now, my patrons are paying for access to remote telescopes, but it's limited. I want to upgrade that membership, and then I also want to get this membership to Space Center Houston. So that's what your donations will go towards. If you don't want to commit to being a monthly sponsor and you just want to give a one-time donation, then this is my PayPal account. Notice that it's paypal.me, not paypal.com. PayPal.me is a shortcut, so you don't have to know my email address and all that stuff. All of this is also on my website, adamtilted.com. So if you hop over there, you can find the ways to support the show. Thanks for listening, and I hope that you reach out to me and we can continue this conversation. And I hope that you're having a wonderful weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye.